Hi sewing friends, welcome to my sewing room. It's nice to have you here today. This week my husband went through his closet and got rid of some shirts, and I realized as we were filling the bags that some of those shirts were 100% cotton. So I went shopping and I added some fabric to my stash. One of the shirts of the few that I collected is this beautiful pinkish red cotton shirt, and the threads go this way and that with like a red thread and a cream thread, kind of like a shot cotton. So it gives a lot of texture to the fabric and I just love it. So I'll be using this soon in a quilt. Then I remembered I had this quilt made with shirts a while back, a quilt top. And so today I thought I'd show you how to make this block right here. It's an easy block using those half square triangles that I use quite frequently. And if you know the name of this block, I did a little research and I couldn't come up with it. Let me know. I bet somebody out there in YouTube land remembers all those names of quilt blocks that I can't seem to remember. So let me know, but it's a great block and it makes a really pretty quilt. It's really fun to recycle shirts, and I love plaids. So this is what we're going to make today. Here are the pieces for my quilt block. I'm going to start with a 4.5 inch center piece with my recycled shirt. I will have 5 3-inch squares, 5 of the plaid and 5 of my background, and then 2 2.5 inch squares for the corners of the block. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my half square triangles. I'm going to put a background and a plaid together, and then I will sew a line down the middle. I will draw a line down the middle with a pencil, and then, as you've seen me do many times, I will sew on either side of that pencil line and then take a scissor and cut through. So then I'll have 2 half square triangles out of this 3-inch square, and my half square triangles will then be trimmed to 2.5 inches. So that should work. So I'm going to sit down at the machine and I'm going to make my half square triangles. I should end up with 10 half square triangles. The last thing we need to do after getting all of our half square triangles ready is to arrange our block and then sew it together. So I'm going to start with the center, that 4.5 inch square, and I'm going to put it on point because that helps me orient my pieces. And I will put the 2.5 inch squares on, one on the top and one on the bottom. Then all these half square triangles are going to be pointing out, or if you want to think about the background fabric pointing in. That's all there is to it. Just arrange your block so that the arrows are going all the same direction. And then on the other side, they look kind of like arrows. I point them towards the other ones. So everything is pointing in if you're looking at the background fabric, or pointing out if you're looking at the plaid there. So I'm going to sew this row first. I'll put these two together, also this row, and then I will add this to the center, and then we'll have basically 3 pieces to put together. That row right there, this piece when it's all together, and then this piece, and it will be a quilt block. So I'm going to sit down at the sewing machine and get that going. And there is our quilt block. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel. I enjoy sewing with you, and I will see you next time.